Alright.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Okay, that is my first time playing from 0 in a very long time. I don't know how I got friggin' 26 or 27 pretty much. That's crazy. I don't know how I did that. I literally haven't played from 0 in like a year.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on it. Space Shuttle Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit.
Sync, yeah. Exactly. Why is the stream 2 seconds long? Because I've already been playing for like an hour.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
I've just been doing runs. I haven't been playing from 0.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on it. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Do unknown after sync? No, bro. I'm doing Requiem after sync.
Space.
Requiem is easier though? No, no, it's not. It's literally hard.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Yeah, let's see where Requiem is. I think it's pretty close, but I know it's not easier. 322, so yeah, it's like... Tartarus pre-drop is so buns, bro. Tartarus is just kind of buns in general, I can't lie.
Space Shuttle Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Why? Dude, I got past that way first try, now I can't get past it.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
I'm addicted to GG. Yeah, I'll try to stream.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Bro, I don't know how I got 27 on my first attempt playing from 0. Everything past, I think, like 30-something% is the easiest part of the level. The hardest part of the level is 0 to 30.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
This looks harder than Tartarus. Bro, this is nowhere near harder than Tartarus. Happiness literally got like 39 to 100 while playing the level in like 20 minutes. It is so much easier than Tartarus.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
We don't know if he's lying. Yeah, that's true. But he's like good, so. And also 39 to 100 is not hard at all. Like it's like the easiest part of the level. Like my 36 to 100 is not even that hard compared to like 0 to 36.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Oh, Matt, you stupid. Yeah, the pre-drop is hard. But I'd much rather the pre-drop be hard than the ending be hard, bro. I've played a level one time where the ending was the hardest part, and it's so much worse when the ending is harder than the beginning. What should I do after Tartarus or Unknown? Okay, I gotta look at the list. Like, are you just saying as like a next hardest, or like in general, what should you do after it? General? Oh, in general. Okay. I don't know. You know what you should do? You should start submitting your records to the all-rated extreme DNS. I forget that Tartarus is like your first extreme. But like when you beat that, I better see you submit that. Is main list? Oh yeah, you can do both. You can upload it to Point of Grade as well if you wanted to. The only main list level I would do, I don't even know if it's main list anymore, but when I wanted to do it, it was 45. Let's see. It's 72 now, oh my god. The Plunge would be the only list level I would do. Everything else is either too hard or just like sucks. Unknown is very short. I would do like Super Hate Me Worlds. Where is that? That's something like 150 by now, or probably less. Super Hate Me World is buns. It's like not even that bad though. Oh wow, it's 205. Okay, yeah. Apparently I'm not up with the times. This game is too hard, yeah. That's why the all-rated Extreme Demon List is just far superior. You could beat something like Sweater Weather and still get points for it. The level's so easy.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Bro, I like didn't even get to the Tartarus is either. No, it's not, bro. I was just saying random stuff.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Should I stream today? You should. What stream number are you on? 7? I wish I kept track of how many days I played this, because I know if it's Rockolis, it took me 6 days to beat. This is taking me a lot
Space
longer
Shuttle
than that.
Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
8?
Space Shuttle Discovery.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, I haven't been playing Sync for a year, even though I'm pretty sure I picked up this level a year ago.
Space Shuttle Discovery still. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Bro, oh my god, I hate dying there. The beginning of this level is so hard. I know I'm gonna die there.
今日までの記憶の全部を消してしまう時まで眠れない明日から生きてく自分の身代わりが欲しい
Bro,
今日まで眠れない
top 100 verified? That would actually might just be the worst top 100 of all time if you do
明
that.
日から生きてく自分の身代わりが欲しくてたまらない大丈夫と眠れない眠れない
Why? Because the level's like slow pace. It's literally made for easy gameplay. That is not top 100 type gameplay. This isn't Shards. Oh, I would love to beat Shardscapes as well. I can't even lie. Okay, wait, I literally know how to play this part of the level. I shouldn't be practicing this. The thing I'm struggling is the
今日までの記憶の全部を消してしまう時まで眠れない明日から生きてく自分の身代わり
Do I think it's rate worthy? Honestly, no. The level's too static to be rated. And also uses a Nong, so like, yeah, there's literally no way in hell that level's getting rated, I'm sorry.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
A mod sent it? Bro, mods be sending anything. Like, give me mod. I've seen mods before, bro. Like, I remember seeing a Woolsey video and he sent some random level for, like, Mythic because he liked it. Like, who gave these people mod, bro? I think Amethyst Canyon has a better chance of being
on its way
rated
to orbit after a
level with any
ascent
lie.
trip.
Was it good? Wait, what was what good? Like the level that I was talking about that he sent for Mythic? Like, yeah, it was a good level, but that's not what Mythic means, bro. Like,
Space Shuttle Discovery
doesn't matter how much you
still on its
enjoy
way
it.
to orbit after a ascent trip.
That'd be awesome if that's what I'm at, but... God damn it. The level Woolsey sent. Like, yeah, it was a good level, and I'm sure it was fun, but was it Mythic worthy? Hell no.
Space Shuttle Discovery
Like, your level's cool,
still
but
on
it's
its
just
way
like...
to orbit after a
It's too
ascent
static. That's why I don't think it'll get rated. 1.6 levels into... Okay, well, like... That's different. It has to get, like, really popular in order to
Space
get
Shuttle
rated.
Discovery still
like,
on its
Rob's
way
not
to
finding
orbit
that on
after
his
a
own.
ascent trip.
But yeah, you're right. Those, honestly, I don't even know how those get rated. But... God damn it. I can make Diablo... Gee, we can make insane Diablo worlds, and that'll so get, like, epic. Trust me. Okay, maybe featured. I think if we collabed, you did gameplay, I gave you gameplay ideas, you made the gameplay and structuring, and then I added the text. So I think we could get a feature-worthy level. You know, speaking of feature-worthy levels, I honestly don't know how Sync is not featured. Like, I know it's a very, it is also kind of a static level.
Still
But
on its way to orbit after a
I
ascent
think
trip.
it looks good. Yeah, why don't we do that? We should. It's 1.9. I know it's 1.9, but like the block design is actually so good in this. Like, he should have dropped it in the future.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
1.9 levels are tough, yeah.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery
Oh, also another thing with your level and why it probably will not get rated is the optimization. You could the particle triggers did not need to be copy and pasted that much. You can actually just move them, so it looks like you have a bunch of particle triggers, but you don't.
Space Shuttle Discovery.
I did that with what's it called? When I tried to add effects to fog. Here we go. Is Insane Diablo World Modern 1.6? Is that what you're saying? I guess. Yeah. Here, this level. This before 2.2, so there's no particle triggers, but oh no, wait, no. No, this was during 2.2. I lied. But this is before I knew how to use particle triggers. This like can I put a star position here? This fog effect here, right here, is only it's this line of glow, and then it like flows to the left, but then spawns behind itself, so it keeps coming through without having to put a bunch of glow. If you know what I'm talking about. I'll get up to that part. Sound effects. Also, spawn trigger loops are your best friend, bro. I actually love spawn trigger loops.
Space Shuttle Discovery.
Do I want to restart Insane Diablo World? Bro, I never even started it. Like, I had like 2 concept ideas. Or that. Yeah, like this. I never even started the level, bro. There's no starting from 0. And then of course the ending. That's literally all I did. You can do this while big, by the way. Why did bro do it in a separate level? Because that's what I do with some of my levels sometimes. Here, wait, I want to be big. There we go. Oh, you can't do that part though, but smart start position.
Space Shuttle Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Bro. I'm down to low-key. I'd give it a shot. I don't know about that. I was planning on ending shooting soon.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Oh no. No. I was so locked in. God damn it. I knew I was gonna die there too. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Alright. Whatever.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Bro, what? I hate these like UFO duels. I hate them. I can't. They're so inconsistent.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Bro. How do I get consistent at this? Okay, that doesn't help really. I just want to click it, like, as soon as I get into the portal. Like before. I guess? Like, I don't really know what I want to do. I don't know. I can't ever get consistent at those.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on it. Space Shuttle Discovery still on it. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
I couldn't even try. Couldn't even try the duel. I immediately died right before actually something. All that practice for what?
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
I died there twice. Oh my god. I just want to get to the part where I can actually make progress. It's literally right here. You see this blue orb? That is what I need to get up to.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
I'm gonna kill someone, like... Oh my god.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Okay, bro. I'm so upset. Why did I die to that black and white part 3 times, bro?
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit. Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Bro, I can only do that part so many times. Like, why do I keep dying here? That's literally all it is. If I were to die like that, I'd be mad. I don't even know. How do I keep dying here? Like, I did it again. Like, why? Like, the part before that is so hard and I keep doing it and I don't know how. I keep just selling.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Okay, it's about time. You did not shower, bro. There's literally no way. It has been like 5 minutes. I died to the black and white part like 4 times. You missed it. I don't know why I keep dying there. It's so easy. The part before that is so hard, and I keep doing that somehow. I don't know how. I shower fast, bro. That's like not even a shower.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
I'm holding, bro. I literally am holding. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Alright, well. That's so dumb. New PB? Bro, that's my same PB.
still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
今日までの記憶の全部を消してしまう時まで眠れない明日から生きてく自分の身代わりが欲しくてたまらない
No, not like why? Why did I die there? What? Alright, fine. Like, that's so dumb, bro. Like, I got that wave is so hard, and I just immediately died. I just got by the hardest part, bro. That's what. This part is so hard. How did I do like this? And then the level's free after that. Like, I would have been more mad if I died there.
大丈夫と言わせて後から君のせいにせてはくれないか今さらいないから後から君のせいにせてはくれないかできない約束をことと溢れる人
Okay. Like, come on, like, bro, that was free.
できない約束をことと溢れる人と人と二人の奪われるくらい意味をなせない何もできない見えない
I don't even. Okay. I'm so mad at that. %66% chip looks insane. It's not.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on
It
its
probably
way
is
to orbit
insane with
after
nerves,
a
though.
ascent trip.
Bro. Bro saying the sync lyrics. I just realized I had no idea what you wrote until now.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
今日までの記憶の全部を消してしまう時まで眠れない明日から生きてく自分の身代わりが欲しくてたまらない
There's oh my god, like why? This engine doesn't want me to make progress, bro. I'm getting so lucky and I keep just selling. I'm actually so mad right now, bro. Like that part is so hard. I don't even know how I keep getting past it. It's so hard.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit.
Oh, I forgot to update the stream title 45x2 because I'm stupid.
Space Shuttle Discovery.
What time do you plan on streaming?
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
今日までの記憶の全部を消してしまう時まで眠れない
Oh, I didn't even make it. I didn't even make it. How? How did I not even make it to the orb? I've never had that happen to me. What? I've literally never had that happen in my life. How did I not make it to the orb? Alright, bro. I'm taking a screenshot of that. That's so dumb. I didn't even make it to the orb, bro. I'm so glad I have to worry about that happening now. I had no idea you could do that.
Space Shuttle Discovery. Space. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
The two viewers keep leaving. I bet it's Noah or Connor. Bro, how could it be any of them? Okay, maybe Noah because he's in the GC that you sent it in. I'm actually so mad. I have like on 45x3. Okay, but that last death wasn't even my fault. But
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
bro.
Space Shuttle Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Okay, it's about time I die like that. I don't know how I didn't die like that, like a good 8 times. That part is stupid.
Space Shuttle
I'm not mad at
Discovery
that.
still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Do you enjoy? Yeah, this level is good. I mean, I don't even that you know that one death was really dumb, but this level is fun. Like, it's a fun level.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Like, it's way more fun than Ithacropolis, bro. I hated Ithacropolis. That level was doo-doo. The gameplay in the level was just strange, bro. However, a level that is really bad, I will show you after this attempt.
Space Shuttle Discovery.
The one murder drones level. I didn't even have to show you it. Okay, yeah. That level is so bad. Yeah. This level. I literally have the guy blocked, bro. I hated this level so much. This took me more attempts than Ithacropolis. It's not even harder than Ithacropolis. It's just so terrible. Don't play that one. No way to play. Unless you play on ultra low detail mode and you have shake disabled. I think the level is a lot more enjoyable if you do that. But if you play on the full detail with shake, you're in for
Space
literal
Shuttle
hell.
Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Murder drones top 30 level. Hell no. Top 30, that's way too hard. I don't know what the hell happened to Copper 9, bro. That was about to be like a legendary worthy murder drones level, and it like disappeared from existence. It looked really good though.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit.
The hell is Copper 9? Let's search it up. Search up like Copper 9 preview. Hopefully you'll find something.
Space
It looked like Waterfall. That one cherry team level.
Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
今日までの記憶の全部を消してしまう時まで眠れない明日から生きてく自分の身代わりが欲しくてたま
Oh my god, they just don't want me getting a good freaking new record. I mean, this part's hard, so I'm like, makes sense, but oh nah, TS Peak. I don't think it's ever coming out. It's gonna be like a Rochi. It's never coming out. Though, like, Orochi is gonna come out one day. It's just like nobody knows when. It could be tomorrow or it could be in 5 years.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit.
That reminds me, do you remember like the whole God Eater and Wood Kid, like which level was better? It was like a war. I was always on God Eater's side. Because I was a Novel Boy fanboy.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a
Also, Wood Kid's gameplay just looked actually terrible. I mean, so was God Eater. I can't even lie, bro. God Eater's gameplay's not that good. I tried beating God Eater once and it was just that bad. I just
Space
stopped.
Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit.
59 to 98 on Tartarus again. Yo, nice. Is that the last ball? The last ball's not even that hard, but the last wave is so hard. You know, like the little short wave at the end. I swear to God, that wave's like impossible. The ball is not even that bad. Last wave is free? No, it's not, bro. Look at it. Well, I'm consistent. Not this one, the one before this. I mean, after this. This, bro. Like... Oh, I did it. Lock in. Let's go. I so badly just want like 50 something percent.
Still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
I want like 51. I blame Noah on that, bro. This kid got hopped on Marvel Rivals.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Bro, why'd I click? Hear my chair squeaking. I like how I said 2 seconds long sync stream and it's been an hour. Yo, my bad. It's just like I've been more consistent than I thought I would be. So, you want to play Tartarus on my PC? I mean, yeah, sure, you can. I thought you said you like hated my everything though, because it was a different setup.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Also, Tartarus is a pretty dark level. Good luck trying to see anything on my computer, because I'm not gonna let you change the brightness.
Discovery still on its way to orbit. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo, Drayson, when are you going for grief?
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a
question mark? What are you talking about? Why are you giving me a question mark? What did you say? I said when you going for grief.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Never. That's valid.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
God damn it. Acheron will be your last hardest. Bro, you guys are ambitious. Acheron's way too hard. Actually, no, the only like hard level I'd love to beat is like Spectre or Nullscapes if I was really like that cracked at the game. I'm shocked Anathema won't be your last hardest.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Anathema is impossible, but all that driver's ed tracking is.
Space Shuttle Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
2 years from now when it's like top 40. I don't think it's gonna be top 40 in two. Actually, I think it'll be top 30 in 2 years.
Space Shuttle. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Space
Dude, it's crazy how that Once Upon a Time, bro, sync was literally like 70 something, I think, on the list. You predict that you'll be Tartarus in 60k attempts? That is a lot. I'm pretty sure I'm at like 13k attempts for sync.
Space
Or maybe more by now. Probably like 15k.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit.
And that, keep in mind that at the Acropolis took me like 4,500. So this is a pretty big difference. And then Sweater Weather took me 700 attempts. You should just beat Sweater Weather Pro. Like, beat like Sweater Weather or like Brutal. Brutal is also really easy. You're doing Unknown before those. Like, why, bro? We're actually going out of order.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
What even, bro? How did I click it that late? Bro, Unknown is not good, like. Two to 15, bro. Yo, what are we talking about? Oh, like you sight read 2 to 15. You might as well just beat the whole entire level at this point. It's crazy. Why not do Unknown first? Is Unknown not easier than Tartarus? Yeah, somehow, yeah, it does look easier than Tartarus. level has the blinking fucked up monsters. This level screams, I just bought a Sayo device. It's also 42 seconds long. That's probably why it's easier than Tart. Oh wait, Brutal is not on here anymore. You should beat this. I can get less nervous on it, exactly. Let's see, how many times did this take me? It's 2,000. I don't even know how it took me that many, bro. It's like...
Not sure who I am, not sure who I wanna be. All this shit's a scam, I don't wanna be me. This ain't what I want, this is everything I need. No, I don't belong, can't contain my jealousy. Stop looking at yourself, you're caught up in the spell.
I missed a Black Orb, bro. I don't remember how to play the level. Like, you get the idea, though. Another 1.9 level? No, Brutal's not a 1.9 level. I mean, it has like a 1.9-ish style, but it's not like... Like, Zinc is like actually 1.9, like it was made in the 1.9 GPS. Brutal uses some 2.2 effects. There's also a Spider Orb there somewhere. A lot of people like hate that level, and a lot of people love that level. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I think if you do it as like a first extreme, it's probably like miserable, but if you're like somewhat decent... This wave spam at 93% is hard. There's a wave spam. Yeah, that's what I said.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
今日までの記憶の全部を消してしまう時まで眠れない明日から生きてく自分の代わりが欲しくて
Oh my god, like, please. Just let me get like 51%. I so badly just want 51. I feel like 50 is like, 51 is like, alright, now I'm done with more than halfway. I'm halfway through the level, or more than halfway through. Like, I want to be able to say that. That'd be great. But no, I've gotten 44. I've gotten 44 like 2 times and 45 3 times.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Oh my god, that wave is so hard.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
You might do unknown, but you're not wave carried. Wave is literally the hardest game mode in the entire game.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
God damn it. I hope this level gets me better at waves. This level has some hard wave parts. I should do like a 9 circles extreme so I can get better at
Space Shuttle
waves.
Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Bro, like, how did I mess up that? The last wave gap is insane. I need to see this. Mini wave. Like this? Like, oh, that right here? The I see that, yeah. Yeah, all you guys are trying to do such hard levels, I'm doing laid back levels, you know. Some nice fun levels.
Space Shuttle Discovery Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space Shuttle Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery still. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Bro, I did it again. Our absolute solver had wave spam. It was like mini wave spam, and it was actually the most annoying thing of all time.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Oh.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit.
There's so many levels I want to do after sync. Like this whole, my whole unfinished levels folder. I need to do snowing in Las Vegas, which is like a little, I don't know, it's like 100 spots of sync, or below sync. I have 42 on that. I have to do Redeemer, which is 545. Eon, maybe. Clarity I should have beaten, bro. I don't know why I got 98 and then quit. Like... I have to do this. I have to do Dark Odyssey, Star Power. This is a 2-player level. I was gonna try to beat a solo 2-player level. I don't even think I have a preference when it comes to extremes. I literally beat anything. I just have to like it. And then there's the levels I need to play. So I want to do like the Ocular Miracle series, EXO. The End I have 99 on. I don't know why it says 59. Redemption Arc. All these like. But I gotta play Sing first. I also don't know if I'm gonna rebeat Cataclysm and Accu for the all-rated extreme beating this, because I never recorded those. So I can't like submit my record, obviously. But I would like those to be there since they are extremes that I have beaten.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Okay, bro. Oh no, the sun's coming out. I'm gonna have to take a shower and then go. I can't play when the sun is beaming in my eyes.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
God, I don't want to stop though. I'm so disappointed with my progress. Unknown Deco is so cool. I do like Unknown Deco, I can't lie. As much as I like don't like that level. I do like No Deco.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Is Cobwebs harder than Unknown, or is it easier? I think it's easier, right? I think it is easier. I just answered my own question. I'm pretty sure Cobwebs is just like extremely wave carried. I think the waves in the middle like really hard compared to everything else.
Space Shuttle Discovery.
Unknown music, yes I know. That song is like very strange.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Am I getting on GD? I mean, Juke Sim, I'm already on GD.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Oh my god, I hate this click. I should have the goal thing like you do, Trace.
Space Shuttle Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent mission.
What even happened? I went too high. Okay, cool.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle. Space Shuttle Discovery still. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent mission.
What? Like, oh my god. I don't even know, bro. Space Shuttle Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent mission. Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent mission. Oh my god, dude, look at this. I'm silent. I'm doing some silent wave stuff, bro. Oh my god. That's crazy.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent mission. Space shuttle dis- Space shuttle Discovery still on its way. Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
今日までの記憶の全部を消してしまう時まで
Bro, I just want to get 51.
Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit. Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip. Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit. Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to Space shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Oh my god, I really did. I I don't think I can do it, bro. I don't know how I've gotten so lucky and so unlucky. I've been streaming for an hour and 30 minutes, so I've been playing for like 2.5 hours. I really don't understand how I'm getting so lucky, yet I'm so unlucky at the same time.
Space Shuttle Discovery,
I should have not been able to get past that part at like 30% that many times. And I did. And I still died.
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Oh my god, like...
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
Oh my god. What, in Unknown? The first wave? Oh, Unknown is hard, that's probably why. And it's short too.
Space Shuttle Discovery,
If it's short,
still
it's
on
gonna
its
be
way to
like extra hard.
Space Shuttle
Like, Tartarus isn't short, so maybe Unknown feels harder than Tartarus.
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
What? Oh my god, I can't even feel my wrist anymore. Oh wait, why do I have sound effects?
Space Shuttle Discovery, Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent. Space Shuttle
Well, why did I even hold there, bro? I never even do that.
Space Shuttle
Okay, bro.
Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent.
What? Like, I'm just dying to new places. Okay, I'll do like 5 more attempts if I'm done. I can't make any progress. Today was a weird play session. I don't know whether to be mad or not mad at this play session. I did good and I did terrible sometimes.
Space Shuttle Discovery, Space Shuttle Discovery, still on its way to orbit after a ascent. ascent trip.
Oh my god.
Space Shuttle Discovery.
Okay, yeah, I'm just dying to like random stuff, man.
Space Shuttle Discovery still on its way to orbit after a ascent trip.
Yeah, I'm actually just dying to random stuff. I'm done. That was unfortunate. I could have done way better, but whatever.